Hi, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so we all know what's happening in all the other countries, and we all know that Trump is at least supposed to be a straight shooter. At least that's the profile he's playing as the U.S. presidential candidate. Well, there's something a little bit different coming out of his campaign. I got this story from MSN, and I wasn't going to upload today, and I really didn't feel like doing this, but this actually hit home so fast and so hard. I pretty much was forced to put this up today. It sounds like Donald Trump is giving a warning about a future U.S. collapse nearing soon. In the very quote at the bottom, it says, Donald Trump, Republican frontrunner for president, says the nation is careening toward a very massive recession because of the inflated stock market, high unemployment, and economic bubble. He can't necessarily come out and say, it's all going to end, or, half the country is going to get killed, or any number of the rhetoric that I'm certain he would use if he was allowed. But he's definitely one among, the bankers and in the know from all those groups to where he could actually come out and say, hey guys, look, this is happening. You need to prepare. This came from MSN Money. Basically, now you got to understand, when these guys come out about this stuff, they can't come out and say, look what's going on in the world, guys. It's coming our way soon. We have to get ready. He has to kind of play around with it and say, well, I think we're sitting on an economic bubble, a financial bubble. The Bash real estate magnate told Washington Post in an interview published Saturday, so this was actually true, this was 2 days ago. He would not cite a specific sector of the economy, saying he was referring to the economy as a whole, or generally. So basically, this is his insider information kind of coming out. And this is actually true. I mean, we see it. I'm not going to go into the numbers because the numbers are going to change, but he basically said the Department of Labor reported Friday that a broad measure of joblessness, including part-time workers and prefer full-time jobs, discouraged workers who stopped looking for unemployment, which raised it to 9.8%. Along with many other things, J.P. Morgan Chase on Friday says it believes there's a less than 30% risk of recession in the next 12 months. Well, what does that actually mean? Less than 30% means there's a 70% chance it won't. I don't like 70%, so you mash 30 and 70 and you got 45. There's a 45% chance that supposedly there won't be a risk. So that's a 50. That's like a 60-40 at this point. I mean, to say that there's a 30% risk of recession isn't necessarily playing with the numbers the way they're meant to be, folks. I'll show you what I got. Financial bubble. We're sitting on an economic financial bubble. And he says he was referring to the economy generally, or the whole as a whole. So he's in the know, folks. He's with the bankers. He's with large groups of investments groups and everything else. I'm certain he knows. So this is the situation, folks. I didn't want to put this up today, but I saw this and I went, my God, there's no way he's actually coming out and basically saying it. Well, he couldn't come out and say it completely, because they're not going to bring down everything. They're going to bring down just enough to where Venezuela happens, to where you're all basically starving, dying, praying that the local businesses open, etc., etc., etc. And then basically everybody will thin themselves out, and 2 years, 3 years down the line, things will get better, hopefully, before or after the military and the police get authority to come in and do what they want to do to you. So, this is it, folks. Trump is warning the United States of collapse in his own way without jeopardizing what he's currently doing. He's saying because of the inflated stock market, high unemployment, and economic bubble is basically going to cause it. And he's kind of leaning into it, but he can't really come out and say, guys, this is it, or this is nearly it, or this is the one everybody's talking about. So, take this as you will, ladies and gentlemen.